Match about to take center court. Just 1 week ago, Nebraska swept Salt Lake in front of a raucous crowd in Grand Island. With Kevin Barnett along.
Same thing. They're playing really well together as a unit. They're blocking out of the middles. And Herrera and Thader has been phenomenal, and how they're playing the game as a unit has been really, really successful.
Susie Fritz in her second season. And on the other side, Tamamiya Shiro also in her second season. She is also putting the same lineup out there that has lost the last 5, but both Grays are there.
Well, and that's key. Alexa Gray is still the leading point scorer for this team, so having her out there is huge for Salt Lake. But they are going to have to do something different. They have lost the last 5 matches. Something's got to give, something's got to change. Hopefully it's their serving that's tough today to get Nebraska off the net.
That has been the home in yellow, and the green and blue clad League One Nebraska underway here on a Saturday night. Glad you're with us. Should be an exciting matchup right away. Nebraska off balance. And right away, Jordan. Silver, bronze, gold, silver. Anyone would take that. Perfect pass for Salt Lake. And a good first block by Nebraska. Drevniak in return, and that is 2-0.
Well, it always starts with that block touch, slowing everything down. We're going to talk about the block of Nebraska a lot this evening, and not just the stuff blocks, but really those controlled touches that allow them to transition.
Jordan Larson out of Hooper, Nebraska originally, part owner of this franchise now. She's going to make that move into full-time ownership. Another good touch by the block. Beautiful dig and a quick turn. How about that availability in the middle?
Absolutely love it. And the speed of Herrera. We talk about that in her blocking, but we can't forget about that when she attacks the ball. That is a fast transition play. She's up and ready. Gets it past the block.
A week ago, Nebraska opened 5-0 and 7-1 in the first set. Gray trying to change that narrative right now. That swing is out of bounds, and it is looking very similar to 1 week ago right now as we open in Salt Lake. Change of venue, but same result.
Well, so right now they're starting off serving Gray as much as possible, trying to get her out of the offense, serve her short a little bit, yo-yo her just a little bit. You see Kojima taking that ball from her to start.
Caesar with another dig. That chop down the line ends up being a winner as well. Nebraska's opened up 5-0, an identical effort. Do you call your only timeout if you're Tamamiya Shiro this early in the set?
It's such a tough one with that one timeout because you want to let it ride. You have faith that it can't be another point. So we'll see if she does.
Technical timeout comes at 12. Gray way off the net, and that is 2 errors for Gray. 6 points on the board for Nebraska.
Gray not really getting a good look at her approach angle and the speed of the ball right now.
And then Salt Lake to Atlanta in 5. Down the line once again to Gray. Backslide. Dixon is stuffed one-on-one. And a Bausch, the international star.
What I love about that block is she's locked out and over before Dixon takes the swing. You've got to mirror this, be there waiting for it. A perfect move, and left hand gets that block.
All the pieces working early for Nebraska. Another touch. Larson, dig, outside. Bausch, inside this time. Another winner. 8. Donut.
Unreal, this start for Nebraska. It's really just so much pressure. How can we slow this down? I'm asking myself right now. They're passing well enough to get something going. Maybe that back row attack.
There's one way. Nebraska will slow themselves down.
There it is. Man, that's a tough stretch to come back from at this point.
All right, so the bad news is you went down 8-1. The good news is you've come all the way back before to a deuce overtime set. Caesar, perfect pass, pace to the outside. Hoffman with a nice dig. They needed that.
That's exactly what talking about, just controlling the ball. A beautiful dig to convert to the outside for Gray. Got to get Gray going. Obviously, a few errors early is not typical of her performance.
Yeah, Alexa Gray hitting .299 on the season, leading in kills, and there's an ace serve. This is something that is a key for Salt Lake, their serving performance.
Well, and Nebraska has to be in systems, and Salt Lake has to serve tough. Bausch, trouble to her left there, and Dixon, you'll see she faces kind of straight ahead, and then she turns her hand back, so it really changes that view and that angle of the serve.
Give you an idea just how important the service game has been. 4 aces in the last 2 matches combined for Salt Lake. And to give you some context there, only once the entire season have they had less than 4 aces. That was the second match of the year. They lost to Madison in a horribly played match, but otherwise they were terrific through 9.
This is a very good serving team on the Salt Lake side, and they have to do that against Nebraska or they'll be in trouble.
They look to their opposite that time. There's a kill for Haiti Casanova on her first swing, also having an excellent second season here in League One. Tied for the lead in aces, 246 on offense.
And I love that. That was out of the back row, and you would never even know it. You forget she comes flying in on that D-ball.
Another perfect pass. Nebraska in rhythm down the line. Nanami Kojima can handle a lot, but she has had a couple of lightning bolts strike her platform.
They really have. And she was a little frustrated that she didn't get that. It was kind of in her lap, a little late in shaping that angle, but Drevniak's super fast with that arm.
2-time German Club Cup MVP with the jump serve here. Kimberly Drevniak. Another tough serve. Roll shot is good, cleverly done by Anna Bausch out of the Netherlands.
Very smart play. Again, we talk about Nebraska needing to be in system. That's when they're at their best. But clearly they've been working on some of that out-of-system play. We've got to be smart with our shots.
Bausch 6'3" at that outside. That is a tall outside hitter. A wealth of pro experience for her. Joust one at the net by her Netherlands counterpart, Laura Dijkma, with the joust winner. And now 12-5 is where we'll take the technical timeout here in set number 1. This here for League One Volleyball. Nebraska off to a dream start, up 8-1. As these women reap the benefits of all the work done by those ladies that we just went through the tour of kind of the history of this game.
Well, it's amazing to see all of the legends of the sport and to celebrate them. We all of us that have played the game looked up to every single one that was shown earlier in that little display there.
Tough serve from Serena Gray. Nice dig by Alexa Gray. Drevniak with a dig there. She is third on the team in total digs, showing her chops in that position, not just being an attacking spot.
Well, and I love that she's got great vision. She doesn't let tips fall. She sees when they're about to chop the ball. Very, very smart defender. And, of course, Larson finishing that play with that deep tip down the line.
That is her 105th dig on the season for Kimberly Drevniak. Emily Thader to the line. She could be sneaky dangerous there. Overhead. Salt Lake in rhythm offensively.
Very nice play. It's hard not to commit and at least hang out in there tight for the middle attack, and that leaves Casanova with 1.5 block on the outside.
13 aces on the season. Casanova does not go jumper. She goes float. Her team needs to score. Transition opportunities have been rare thus far. Only one early for Salt Lake as Nebraska continues to side out well. And Susie Fritz said that is our comfort zone. So we must be the team that sides out like crazy and scores points where we can. High ball battles are not where we're going to beat teams.
Right. Well, when they're passing well, that's the thing. If you notice the speed of the set to the outside, it's very fast and it's hard to close the block.
Reset unsuccessful there. The block of Nebraska good once again.
Nebraska's block has proven to be one of the best in the league. Herrera, of course, involved again on that tight set, controlling that ball.
Yeah, these two teams are the two top blocking teams in the league. Part of the interesting matchup. Now they're both last in digs per set, but that's what happens when you stop everything at the net as Dixon pushes that one over.
Exactly. Again, that ball's going to Hoffman. I don't, that's an interesting choice. I think you want to get off of Hoffman. It's difficult to move the ball around or going in the seams, but she's passing so well right now.
All right, we talked about, as Hoffman goes back to the line for Salt Lake, how they had been dominating the service story this year to the last couple of matches. Nebraska had been struggling in that part of the game as they go to the middle there off another good pass. And they'll get another chance here to take a swing. That ball is too tight. Larson, a creative tip, and that'll work.
Just kisses it over the net. Just barely even touches it.
That wasn't even an ice cream cone. I'm not sure like what that was.
It's a little reverse. I don't know what that is.
Was she serving drinks at a party or something there? Was that like a silver platter hold?
I love it. I mean, that's, again, showing her versatility and how just why she's one of the best players in the world.
Yeah, really creative one there. Puts her to the service line. Net violation will negate it. So that will send Salt Lake back into the side-out category, and Dixon back once again, already with an ace in her category. But back to the service response by Nebraska. They gave up only 3 aces across their last 2 matches. Previously, they give up nearly 5 aces a match. What is the knock-on effect of giving up aces or not giving up aces?
Well, it's critical. When you think about giving up aces, it's very difficult when you're all of a sudden shanking the ball. It just changes the entire flow. You want to just control the ball so you can get your offense obviously going in the right direction. Being able to convert those aces into 1s or 2 passes is everything. And that's what you work on all the time. Hey, if we can not give up aces, it changes everything. Then you can convert. You have a chance.
Just have a chance. Here they have a chance in transition to Salt Lake. Caesar with the dig. Larson pushes it to the net. That was an aggressive swing, maybe a little too aggressive from Bausch.
What a rally. We've got to talk about Caesar, how good she's been defensively. A couple of net violations in the middle of rallies. When she's dug balls, she's so good right now.
Dixon, that same move to the corner. Gray, that dig too far. Back row, Jordan Larson to the back line.
Nice fast transition play out of the back row. Again, this is what Nebraska did very well against Madison the other night. They were good in transition. They were excellent in long rallies and just finishing plays.
Jordan Larson put up a 3-pack earlier. The 18 kills twice, 14 kills once, averaged 342 and 33 digs. And that was up until the last match. She hit 158 in the last one. Little hiccup.
It happens.
So far, right back to it. Bausch leans into it. Drevniak cleans it up. Couple of stab plays from both sides. Drevniak, another big swing. Thader down, up, and a kill. That's how you play middle. So look at you. The coach in you is so excited.
I just set her more. Come on. Well, I love it. I love the transition game, keeping the ball alive. Both teams playing excellent defense, but that's so fast. Gets past the block and scores.
Coach Rockwell's just giddy inside.
Let's go.
Beautiful play by Emily Thader, and this first set continues to be Nebraska's oyster here. Just inside the block and down break for Salt Lake.
That was tough. They tried to get 3 up on that. Bausch was coming in as the third blocker. Unable to create a good third block position there. Gray takes advantage of it.
Oh, good pull back. What a pass and an even better swing on the Nebraska side.
Love all of that. Talked about the pass, and then Bausch just reaching behind and cutting this ball down the line. Look at how she turns it. Full turn cut right into Poulter's lap. That was a beautiful swing.
An interesting moment there. You had one side celebrating an ace, another side saying they sided out, and the referee saying we want to take a look at it and make a decision here. So Susie Fritz looking for a little clarification here as to what happened. Nebraska with the challenge officially. Ooh, ball ruled out.
Whoa.
And that is just barely out. The shadow is in.
Just barely.
The ball is out.
For like little baby finger, not my finger, like his face. Are you kidding me?
That was a single, not a double. That was just poured there on the end line. And now, everyone on the Nebraska side, the ball doesn't lie.
Ball don't lie. Oh, my goodness.
Anna Bausch back to serve 2-time Olympian Rio and Paris. Pro titles 3 times in the Netherlands, 2 times in Germany, twice in Brazil. And eclectic, varied, and successful career as that ball is well out of bounds. Looking for hands was Casanova.
I will say they continue to target Gray, but she's passing very well right now. I like how she's steadied in and really handling the ball well, passing, giving Salt Lake an opportunity to run all of their options.
Nebraska not letting Salt Lake back into this set. push. Caesar again with another dig. She has to have 4 or 5 just in this first. And a cover. Casanova right side tip, picked up. And put away. There's a lot of highlights in this first set for Nebraska.
Well, defense is all over the place. Caesar just playing everything. She's alive and ready. What I love about how she's playing is she's looking at the blocker's hands. That's key when they're about to block the ball. She knows where she's supposed to be defensively.
German libero Annie Caesar getting the start for the 3rd time. It's been carpe diem for her. 59% perfect last Saturday. Been making plays, and her side's been benefiting as Hoffman gets a rare side out in this first set for the women in yellow.
She did a nice job of working that ball off the edge of the block. It's Thader and Herrera that's really been the trouble for teams blocking-wise.
For everybody.
Don't want to hit in the meat of that block. Work the edges.
Yeah, Thader and Herrera both with 29 blocks on the year. There's one for Salt Lake. Dixon next to Casanova.
Very disciplined block, and that's what Dixon's very good at. She sees where it's going. She's not going to reach or get tooled.
Dixon's 23rd of the season. That is 2nd on the team. 22-15. SLC looking for a little momentum here. Perfect passing once again. Gray with the dig. Jordan stretches in. Thader puts that one out of play.
That's the money play for Thader. So good on the slide. And she's gotten better with where she's actually attacking the ball. It was a lot of cross court. Then now she really can thread that line.
Springfield, Missouri native, played at the University of Missouri, now in her 8th season. 5th in kills for this side. That's good regular use. Again, Salt Lake off the net. This time off the block, out of bounds goes Hoffman.
The second time they're looking for that outside hand. Ikema can really move out a little bit, press back into the court, see if she can take some more of that away.
Claire Hoffman there offensively getting it done. She has 244 receptions coming in, just 5 errors.
She's good. She's money.
Yeah, she's been filling that role. Kojima with another spectacular sprawl, and it results in a Hoffman kill.
Very smart play by Hoffman, really taking a lot of that weight for her team right now, attacking the ball in a lot of different ways, slowing down just a little bit to get that roll shot.
Yeah, that's a tough spot. Drebniak was all the way underneath.
That's a weird angle, especially if that's her responsibility, is getting those tips and roll shots, and right in front of Larson, that's kind of weird.
Herrera stopped in the middle, one-on-one. Dixon with another.
Nice push here by Salt Lake, getting some momentum, a lot of kills, and then, of course, this block by Dixon, just waiting for it. Just hanging out, waiting for the set. Very smart play.
Salt Lake block has come alive late. Another float. Not quite an ace. Out of the back row, Gray sprays that one wide left, and we are at a set point for Nebraska.
Tough play. Looked like she really stretched out for that one. Couldn't quite get on top of that ball like she'd like to.
Laura Dykma, Olympian in Rio. 4th place finish. 2nd season in Nebraska for the set. Short serve. Gray on the ground. Caesar, another dig. And a put away out of the back row. Finishes it Bausch. Who's your player of the set?
My goodness. That performance was so good. I love the mentality there for Jordan. Just thinking about how, like, even from a coaching standpoint, right? How can I help the younger players, the next generation? She's always said that, and she's always done it.
First lead of this match comes in the first point of the second set for Salt Lake. Kevin Barnett alongside Notre Dame head coach Salima Rockwell as we get underway from what was a 25-18 domination by Nebraska in the first. Now we're opening 2-0 Salt Lake. The good news for Salt Lake coming out of that first set, from 8-0 Nebraska, Salt Lake played them even.
They did. They played him even the rest of the way out there. So they're playing well right now towards the end of that last set for sure. They can carry this over and get this win.
Another transition opportunity. Gray with a touch and play. Back row. Bausch is over the line. 3-0 Salt Lake in a complete reversal.
You see that toe just barely hit that 3-meter line, but that closer to be over and in violation for a point for Salt Lake.
Bausch had 5 kills on 10 attempts in that first set. They killed over 50% of what they touched on the Nebraska side, and their efficiency was .420. Hard to be better than that.
Very difficult. They played very well, and that was the one thing we talked about early on. Got to slow down the pins of Nebraska, and right now they're playing at a very high level.
Larson again going line to line on Gray. That dig down the line, prayer not answered for Laura Dykema.
Well, she was there. She was ready for it. She definitely looked like that.
I didn't know the prayer hands emoji was a volleyball emoji when I sent that.
It is, yes.
It's the Dykema emoji.
Up. There it is. Oh, no one able to play that ball out of the net.
Back-to-back service errors for Salt Lake.
Taking some risks from the service line even. The float, the jump float right now, they're trying to serve it very close to the top of the tape.
Last week was a tough one if you were in a Salt Lake uniform as Herrera steps back to the line, the Argentinian national. They had a loss to Atlanta 3-2. They were down 2-1, fought back with a combination of blocking and transitions. They lost 18-16 as that ball does not stay in play. They then lost to Nebraska 3-0 at Grand Island before 5,000 fans who showed up for that one for the home side. Ronnie Jones-Perry hit .429, had 12 kills. Hoffman, 15 kills, hit .430. But they let Nebraska hit .480 as a team, so not dissimilar from that first set. And Salt Lake hit just .191. That was their second lowest output of the season. Big high over the top swing by Bausch, and she's in a nice rhythm.
She's in a very good rhythm, and it's difficult to defend that kind of arm. It loops around just a little bit, and then it peaks super high at the end.
So what do you tell your blockers?
I would delay just a little bit on her because that arm's coming through. Normally you jump at the timing of the swing. Now she's swinging around it, looping around, not like Gabby from Brazil, but a little delay, wait on it and see if you can slow it down.
Yo, you can't sit there. Can't sit.
Several service errors from both sides to open this second set. Larson back to the front row. Bausch to the service line. Captain of the Dutch national team for 3 years. So, veteran-laden group in Nebraska. As that ball will go down as an ace, and yes, the celebration is perfect this time.
There it is. It's right. You can go back and serve the ball. But you talked about the veterans. I mean, that's exactly what they have. They have so many experienced players on that Nebraska team, and it's huge. It's huge for confidence. It's huge for the young players and how they just approach the game and when things are tough.
Yeah, we always mention those resumes. There are 5 Olympians on that roster. Well, easier serve this time. Hoffman. Rhythm to the outside. She goes high, hands and through. Claire Hoffman hitting just below 200. And she's been tough from the service line, too. Has opponents in the system just 40% of the time when she is serving.
She's been playing very well. And now just seeing the block well enough, hitting that ball over top of Dykema instead of into Fader.
Drevniak, more good defense, unavailable in transition. Bausch is available. Again, Drevniak to the floor. That push to the corner is good. Joust 1. The knee is good from Jordan Poulter.
Yeah, she gets above the net. I mean, this is a big jumping setter. And it's nice to see her out there looking confident and comfortable to make that play deep down the line.
Well, the Colorado native is 6'2". That is a tall setter in the game. And that ball is stuffed straight down over the top by Laura Dykema on the other side. Setters trading points.
On a little miscue there on the side of Salt Lake, just not really paying attention to that overpass. That's the first thing that could happen. An ace or an overpass, got to pay attention.
8-6, Salt Lake still with the lead here. Nebraska creeping. Tight to the net, 6-2. Needed all of it to stretch out for that one, as well as the kill from Gray.
That's just over the top. That's a nice play by both Poulter and Gray. Tight pass to the net. Watch Poulter jump as high as she can to keep that ball going, and over the top is Gray.
Now, Alexa Gray is in her first season in League One volleyball, second for Jordan Poulter. However, this is their 3rd season together.
When you see that when they play together, the rhythm is there. It's always comfortable no matter where Gray is on the court or Poulter. Such a good connection.
Poulter calling the offense there, shielding it with her jersey. Trying to keep her side, +3. Really tight to the net. Gray once again. Bausch with a nice read. Long set to the outside, and nobody's home on the defense.
Smart play by Larson with Casanova deep down the line. I don't know if she expected that ball that was that tight to be chopped high and flat. But that was a smart play by Larson, just right over the top.
Jordan Larson now with 8 kills on 15 attempts. She's back, ladies and gentlemen. The Jordan Larson of the last few matches remains.
No question. And I love this play, bringing Gray in just a little bit on the outside, messing up the blockers' positions.
Another nice kill by Serena Gray. She's had herself an offensive explosion in this season, asserting herself now. She has 3 or 4 in this one. Gray outside a little bit early, chips it in under the block.
Found a way to sneak it through. That's all they have to do is just keep steady, keep making plays, be smart when the ball's not perfect. Take a look at the block, not completely over the net, but that timing is, that'll mess you up just a little bit.
Teams have traded points since Salt Lake went up 3-0. Looking for hands, looking for the court, finding neither is Drevniak. So 12-8 at the technical timeout. A nice response from the home side, much to the delight of the fan. Down by Salt Lake City as they look to side out here, as even volleyball has ruled since 3-0 open for Salt Lake. Another tip for Jordan Larson off the pace. She's finding all sorts of different ways to get kills.
She really is. And Dykema, that ball's off the net, but still keeping Larson in system. So that means it's not just sending that ball super high, still giving her some rhythm to get on top of that ball.
Nebraska hit over 500 in the first set kill percentage. Here they are hitting right around 100. Consequently, they are trailing in the set as Gray kills that one off with the block touch.
Really nice heads-up play by Gray, just being aware of that ball rolling along the top of the net. And Salt Lake has been serving Nebraska a lot tougher this set. They've missed a few, but that's the chances you have to take. So they've been a little bit more out of system. That's why Nebraska hasn't been as effective offensively.
That's an opposite kill right down the line. We saw a lot of range last week during this matchup from Kimberly Drevniak.
Well, and that's the rhythm they need. Again, getting her going fast. The ball's right there on the net. Can beat the block with her arm speed.
Yeah, Caesar with the scoop once again on to the point for Laura Dykema, the setter. Herrera back. Thader up front. Right side attack once again is good for Haiti Casanova, who has come alive at the opposite spot here recently. That's her first kill of this set and her 3rd overall.
Casanova has really expanded her game. We've talked about this again, down the line, hitting high and flat, not just trying to go right hard into the block.
Good positional defense from Salt Lake results in a point. Opportunity to swing for Hoffman.
Started with the serve, got Nebraska off the net. They had to chop the ball down the line, and very nice transition play by Salt Lake. So again, the service game is really making a difference right now for Salt Lake.
Yeah, I mentioned Hoffman coming in hitting 199. That number's been rising. Gray at 299. Ronnie Jones-Perry, her number's been rising as well. She's hitting 243. There are options for Tamamiya Shiro as Hoffman gets stopped on that one by Drevniak alongside Thader.
Drevniak really surrounding that ball. You saw the ball was set a little bit tight. Didn't get used, pushed everything back into the court to get that block.
Drevniak 3 on 10 here as the double sub comes on. Number 13 Gabby Blossom checks in along with number 19 Alexis Hart.
I like this. I like this at the right time. You know, you can't use it very often, but it's a nice time to get some more offense going. 3 hitters in the front row.
Hart in her 5th season. Blossom in her 3rd. Hoffman, good job waiting, and that results in another kill. Well, I love the pause right
love
there.
That too. Yeah, you just see her just kind of hold on that left foot and then explode into it. That's exactly what you want to do on that out of system set. Very smart shot deep into that corner.
Crisp finish for Salt Lake. How about another? Yes, 2 in a row. This one with the block.
Salt Lake making a huge push. It's all Poulter waiting on that set, looking for a net violation or potentially, but I'm not sure. They're going to call a challenge here.
Challenge called here by Nebraska. They lost 1 in the first set. 2 challenges per team per set. If you are correct, you keep them.
Nebraska is challenging reaching beyond the net.
So we're looking for Jordan Poulter reaching over the net. What do you think, Salima?
Well, from that view, it looked like it. But you need to see when she contacted the ball. Right? Was it before it was fully in the play? Now that's completely over the net. Right?
You think this goes Nebraska's way?
I mean, it should.
I'm with you.
Okay.
I'm with you.
Right?
You are in the booth here with our officials taking a look at it.
If that camera was, I mean, you can see it.
Salima Rockwell is not the replay official, but
I
her word is that that will go Nebraska's way with the challenge, interference over the net. Jordan Poulter claiming that part of the ball was on her side.
I know what she felt, and I know what she's saying, and I'm with you, Jordan. I feel your pain. She is not happy right now.
So we will have a reversal. Successful challenge by Susie Fritz. It could be a critical point here.
Absolutely.
What would have been 17-11 is now 16-12, much more reachable with a couple of transitions. Here's one. Off the hands, deep drive by Jordan Larson.
Very smart swing off the top of the hands again, out of system. And I love how Larson is just talking to Gabby Blossom, talking to her about her setting. And that's the impact she's talking about, wanting to make for the rest of this season.
Down the line winner from Hoffman.
That was fast.
That was a heater.
That was a heater. She got on it quick, beat the block down the line. I just absolutely love how Hoffman is playing the game.
8 kills on 16.
Yeah, that's significant.
Blossom leaves it for hard, and the block is there.
That's a tough one, and Dixon does a nice job reading that play. The ball's passed a little bit to the right, and Dixon shades a little bit, waiting on the middle, and then she's right there for the right side set.
See if you go right back to Hart once again. A dynamic attacker on that right-hand side. Here she comes. Tip over the top. Kojima charging. Gray, a strange chip. That one worked. Larson lays that one off the heel of the hand.
So
Jordan,
good.
Go to the beach. Just if you're done with this, that's fine.
Oh, yes!
Go to the beach.
Let's go! More Larson, yes! Beach. Sorry, this is a beach shot.
Could you imagine 4-time indoor medalist
Let's
and
go.
then go play on the beach for a while?
It's going to happen. Let's manifest it
Okay, we'll talk to her
into the universe.
after the match.
Okay, sounds good.
Vader through the net, nearly down. Good save by Salt Lake. Vader looking for the assist. Jordan Larson is stopped. Salt Lake set continues, 19-14.
That is a huge play. They might challenge that pancake from serve receive. I'm not sure if they will. Yes, they will.
Susie Fritz has cast the flag, which you must do now here in League One Volleyball. Take the flag out your pocket and chuck it somewhere that's visible for the referees. It has been disregarded, we are told.
Oh.
As the official had asked for a
Oh, I see.
review, I guess, and that ball ruled down.
That makes sense.
Right back, Salt Lake.
So the benefit right now on the other side of the net, having Alexa Hart in there, is her offense. Perhaps right now the blocking is a little bit of an issue. So what are you giving up? What are you generating right now on that side of the court?
Kill out of the middle.
It's a pretty good run by that double sub. Came in, generated a few points, closed the gap just a little bit. That's exactly what you wanted it to do.
Yeah, one of the more interesting numbers coming in here is that Salt Lake City has an advantage in transition kill percentage. So when they serve, they get into transition. They're killing about 40% of the balls. Nebraska's killing about 33%. And we've kind of seen that go either way now, set 1 to set 2. Gray in the middle. First ball, side out kill.
And that is a very high game of volleyball when Poulter's up there just teeing it up there. as high as she possibly can for Gray, who is skying over the block.
The time seems to be now as Salt Lake enters the red zone over 20. Nebraska down just 3. What if they get a little run here? How do you think it comes? How do you think the points are scored for Nebraska?
Well, it's come right here from the service line.
Chop inside by Gray.
That's the only way the points will be able to come. If they serve tough in the seams, deep in the seams, and they can get their defense, organize their block, which is very good when they can read the play. So we'll see how they do here.
Alexa Gray, prior to her exceptional pro career, played at BYU during her college days. Showed you there the length that she brings to the outside hitting position. Alexa Gray at 6'2", Calgary, Alberta. Long set, Drebniak down inside the block.
The reverse is always good because it's very difficult to make up that ground. Got a hold. You see Gray, even though she's super fast, and it really was Hoffman that wasn't fully over the net in that play. Nice reverse.
Herrera will go out in to serve. It'll be Jaylee Winters, number 5, who got a lot of run at outside hitter throughout the early part of the season. Last couple of matches, she's had 7 attempts. So they have scored some points with her at the service line. A little extra defensive support as well. She'll play middle back. That one just off the end line. Looking increasingly likely we're headed to a third, tied at 1 set apiece in Bruin Arena. Substitutions coming back in for Nebraska. You have to bring back your middle blocker, then put your libero in, and they have to get all that right on the score sheet. And now there's some question about the actual scores. We watch it unwind and rewind. 22-18 officially inside Bruin Arena, home of League One Salt Lake for the 2nd season. Jordan Poulter talked to us earlier in the year, said she feels so comfortable and at home in Salt Lake City. She's developed a whole life outside of just the game and the team. But it's still all about the results in the volleyball court is your main job. That ball's pumped over. Thader tries to turn it, and she does. How consequential will that be?
A couple of very good defensive plays. And it's just those little things that can make a big difference right now for Nebraska. They can serve this ball tough, keep them off the net, see if they can make a move. This is a tight game here.
Their setter to the front row, Dykema. Matchup here with Hoffman. Thrown right through that space.
Well, Hoffman's been virtually unstoppable at this point. I just keep setting her until the end of the set. She's got the hot hand. She's been moving the ball all around the court.
Hoffman coming up on double figure. Right now in this moment, Alexa Gray, 7 of 10. Claire Hoffman, 6 of 8.
There's the difference. Yep.
Just in the second. Dish, Thader, deep, score.
Nice pass to get the offense going. Of course, Thader again moving that slide attack in the seam. Able to beat that middle blocker.
Thader is 4 of 5. Maybe don't serve Kojima. Tip. Caesar with the dig. Larson trying to convert. Soft tip picked up by Hoffman. Bausch went all the way to the right for that one. They go to the left on the other side. Hoffman with her 7th of the set.
Big defensive plays on the side of Salt Lake, getting it done, allowing the conversion here on the outside. Casanova with that nice play off the hands. Man, nice set to the outside for Hoffman's kill.
Set point. Speed to the outside to Larson. Touch, Gray. Drebniak out of the back row. Chops and finds it. Second set point opportunity for Salt Lake upcoming.
Nebraska staying alive with a little dribble off the net, but they've got a lot of work to do with the offense that Salt Lake is producing right now, but they've got Thader at the line, who's a very, very tough server.
Gray lays that platform out there, puts it away off of Thader, and the second set is history. For both the first and the second, the work was done early. 25-21 is the finish here, but it was 3-0 that set the tone by Salt Lake. In Nebraska, in the first set, it was 8-0 for 90% of elite level athletes.
Yep.
And going out with high production once again, Kevin Barnett alongside Notre Dame head coach Salima Rockwell. We're tied at 1 set apiece. That ball is to the back line, and Nebraska is on top. We've seen one team take a big lead, or at least a usable lead in the last 2 sets. It was 8-0 Nebraska in the first. They hung on to that, 25-18. It was 3-0 Salt Lake, and you thought, well, surely that's going to change as there's an ace serve from Nebraska. You thought, surely that's just a little bit of a lead. Well, they played it all the way through, end up winning by 4, does Salt Lake. Larson with the ace. Caesar with the dig. That'll be negated by a net violation against Nebraska, 2-1.
That's a tough situation, especially when that ball's hit high and over the top. You don't want to clip the net when the ball's dug. It's rare to see Serena Gray get dug, actually.
A story of 2 sets. It would be no surprise to find that the stats are more or less even across many of the categories, each team having dominated one. Ace service back the other way. Alexa Gray issues that one. Each side with a winner from the service line.
And it always comes down to the serve pass game. How tough are you getting the ball on your opponent? Can you keep them out of system so you can create something better with the ball coming back?
12th ace of the season. Will Gray be over? No, she will not. That'll be a violation called against Nebraska, much to the dismay of Dykma and Larson. And a challenge immediately issued by their head coach, Susie Fritz. First challenge of this third set.
Well, we will see what happened. There was a lot of action there at the net. Take a closer look, and I love the players talking back and forth through the net.
I want a little more intensity.
I know. I mean, there's a little sarcasm there as well. Okay. Let's see here.
Yeah, I think Nebraska's going to lose that one, won't
Yeah. It's across the plane. On the other side of the net. So Salt Lake definitely is going to win that.
Quick one there. So down to 1 challenge for the set is Nebraska. A service out of that. 2 in 3 serves for Alexa Gray.
So that's a nice place to put the ball, because right now Caesar's taking a lot of that court. She's letting the outside hitter just kind of free up. And if you serve it in that deep corner, that's a lot of room to take.
How about that? 10 kills, 2 blocks, 2 aces.
It's a pretty good stat line so far.
That'll do through 2 and a few points. Sub her out. Get her out of here. What have you done for me lately? Candelaria Herrera to serve. An Olympian herself in Tokyo. Part of that group of 5. Good soft touch by Thader alongside Bausch. Fed to the outside. That's a kill for the opposite Drevniak. You'd like to see her get going if you're Susie Fritz.
And I think they can, but they've set her a few balls that were a little bit off the net, a little out of system, and that's not her jam. Like, she needs this ball to come in fast out of the setter's hand so she can hit whatever shot she wants.
6th kill on 15 for Drevniak. Nice overhand reception. Right back to the opposite. Another good touch. Picked up by Herrera. Kojima flies inside. And how about the cut there? A little planetary ball.
I like that.
Side spin.
Intergalactic.
The intergalactic shot. Cue the Beastie Boys.
Nice shot by Casanova. Chopping the right side of the ball.
Gray drives one right through the net. Perfect pass. That roll shot doesn't go. Thader displays the pause. Overhead set.
How about it?
The Emily Thader mixtape tour is in effect.
It's beautiful. Set and back set, just dishing it.
The professor.
Love it.
Set over, finds its way through.
A lot of tips, a lot of little weird plays at the net right now. So it's an interesting game. Who's going to really steady in, get some clean swings on the ball.
For the first time in 3 sets, nobody got away from the jump. We're playing even up volleyball here in the third. High ball opportunity. Bausch been aggressive. Gray with another good spot. That one inside the block and down. Courage pays for Hoffman.
And that's where Salt Lake can shine and prove to be a better team out of system, high, off the net. Can they score where both of their outsides can do that when the ball's way off the net?
11 kills for Claire Hoffman. Thader with the backslide power. Yeah, Emily Thader is putting on an efficient kind of evening. That is number 5 on 7 for her, hitting 710.
Well, and Dykema keeping that in play, on her knees, flinging that ball back there, keeping them in system even when the pass is a little bit off the net.
Over past Pokey. This time Nebraska is there. That is not going to go. Someone has to hit it eventually. Who will it be? Claire Hoffman? Nope. Salt Lake in balance. Can't find it. Kojima another cover. Caesar another dig. Larson sets to the back line.
It's a great play. Just seeing what's available, understanding where to put that ball on the floor. Full approach, sets the ball into the middle of the court.
Hoffman off the pace from Poulter.
Such a beautiful set by Poulter. And she's at 12, 13 feet and still rhythm set, perfectly placed for Claire Hoffman.
2 players in double figures, 10 for Gray, 12 for Claire Hoffman as they trade front row and back row here. Backslide, Thader powers that one down the line, goes wide right. First miss for her.
That was the right swing. She wanted that down the line. The block dropped in a little bit into her angle. And she just missed it wide.
Salt Lake looking for a little break here. Goes right back to Thader for Nebraska. And that one does find its way down the Terraflex.
Love the repeat, getting her going. She's been so efficient. She took a healthy swing on the last one. She's confident to get it going on the next one. Beautiful repeat play.
Yeah, they're double figure attempts into Emily Thader, who has 6 kills. Tips are not really going on either side at the moment. Say that, and there's another attempt. Bausch, a running read. Drevniak, long distance. Pulled out of the pocket by Kojima and put away by the home side.
Beautiful execution there. Kojima just sticks her arms out there. A nice dig straight up in the air. But what I love is Poulter running forward and then lays back that big attack right behind her. Beautiful play.
International flair here in the United States continuing to be an outstanding feature of League One volleyball. A new experience for everyone. New experience for all the foreigners who are playing in America. Manami Kojima in her 2nd season now has played a variety of pro volleyball here, including Athletes Unlimited, but also an experience for the Americans who have been the foreigners to help other people with that experience.
And that's a totally different dynamic. Like now we get the chance to show you our country, our culture, and help you with this when they've been helped for so many years. Think about all the years that Jordan Larson has played professional volleyball. It's a lifetime. And now these last 2 seasons, it's her turn.
What are things called in the grocery store? Where is the grocery store?
Right.
What are the hours of these places? There's so many practical problems you run into when you change cultures in your living scenario, not your vacation scenario.
Right.
as that ball finds its way to the floor. For Nebraska, hanging tough here in the second. We get close to the technical timeout. Salt Lake looking for it here off the side out. Yeah, I like the way you put that, to share. You get the opportunity to share both your culture and your volleyball culture with these other women here in this league. To the middle, straight down. Salt Lake's going to the technical timeout, up 12-10. So much yet to be determined inside Bruin Arena. Overpass, moved deftly across the net by Haiti Casanova.
Tough serve there down the line, getting it going.
Yeah, Alexa Gray with another bullet. Remember, she had 2 aces last time she went back to the line. 2 aces in 3 attempts. Overpass just about as good as Lexi Rodriguez has entered the chat. She saw that last serve, and now this block. Salt Lake extends the lead.
It's a service pressure that we talked about early on that we have seen all season from Salt Lake. It's slowed down just a little bit, but they've been serving tough, and their serve and the block is always connected.
For the first time in a couple matches, Lexi Rodriguez in at that libero spot here. Susie Fritz looking for the solution. Tied at 1 set apiece and having the other side gain some momentum. Herrera has a gift there.
That was a tough play that should have been controlled, scooped, converted on, and the Salt Lake side knows it.
Rodriguez and Cesar together there. You can see the camaraderie between those two. Saw an interesting quote about teamwork. Something to the effect of, truly on a team, you take pride in the success and growth of those around you. You are not threatened by their excellence. See the liberos there trying to combine here for a victory on their side. That ball another winner for Salt Lake. Claire Hoffman's excellence continues.
Well, they're making a push, and watch this pass. A nice pass that Poulter's able to get Hoffman one-on-one. Split that block. Thader, no matter how fast she is, couldn't catch up to it.
Comparable numbers in total kills. Bachelor X1 that time. Can't find it. And Haiti Casanova has had a couple of opportunities here where she's made kills out of a ball in the net.
Couple of bang-bang plays, but she's ready. She's got her shoulder, their passing, and their offense.
Casanova hitting about 40 points better on the season. She has 7 kills in this one. Thader sneaks to the middle. Bausch blown up. And their opposite, Kimberly Drevniak, sneaks it inside the hands and down. Nebraska needed that one.
They absolutely did, and Dykema, of course, can create so many things offensively. Fast hand, she's got a great release and can get Drevniak going.
All right, they're using both liberos. See Annie Cesar back in now at the libero spot, the traditional spot. Lexi Rodriguez trading positions with her. I think we're running offense and defense right now with that position.
They definitely are. Rodriguez has proven to be one of the best passers in the league. She hasn't been in there all the time, but without question can hold it down, and that's what they need to be in system.
They're out of system there. Salt Lake's in system. No kill yet. That'll do. Off the cable by Anna Bausch. And Salt Lake starts to take control of this third set.
And those are the plays that Nebraska was a little bit better at early on. Balls off the net, they chop it down in front of the 3-meter line, something like that. So got to clean up their game when things aren't perfect.
7-2 run off that service ace from Casanova, who's gone to the float.
What a serve down the line. Deep into that corner and gets the ace.
7-2 to absolutely take control of the third frame. Haiti Casanova loves Halloween and loves this moment. Third ace of the set for her side. 2 for Gray, 1 for Casanova. Double sub on. Casanova this time with the defense. Thader, pass, swing again. 2 for 2 on that kind of play.
Love it. Love it when the middle plays the ball. That is exactly what we saw earlier. A little give and go, right? She controls it perfectly. Setter gives it right back to her. Look how high Thader is. Splitting that block.
I know what match and what plays the ladies of Notre Dame in the middle will be watching come fall.
Yes, you do.
That ball, another good pass for Salt Lake. Delivered to Dixon. Thader now with 2 assists. Count that, the first kill for Alexis Hart on the right.
There's the heat on the right side. That's what they need from her. She's got to get some offense going without question for Nebraska.
Emily Thader, who once worked for League One Volleyball on the business side of things before the season got underway last year in 2025. Before the league got underway. Nice dig by Bausch. High. 20 feet high, 10 feet off. They couldn't quite convert it. Salt Lake can. Both of their outsides are on fire.
That was a nice play, recognizing that the left side blocker was not in there. Gray hitting just outside of Thader's left hand.
Gray with 11.
Beautifully executed play, just on Thader's left hand.
Long to the outside. Larson takes a cut, and that's a winner. She'll hit a lot off the block and out of bounds.
Well, it's because she sees it when the block is set. She understands where to go with it. You rarely see her get stuffed straight down. She's going to go high and flat, recycle the ball, go off the hands. That's a really advanced skill to consistently be able to do that.
Yeah, a lot of the modern game you just mentioned at that outside hitter position, which has become so much more creative. Thader trying to find the deep corner, almost got it. Got her team a chance. Well, you didn't want that to be handled by the setter.
Definitely not.
And Nebraska cannot find themselves offensively in that one.
Well, that's a free ball that you want middle back to just scoop up, let the setter run the offense, and that's an easy conversion if executed properly.
Gabby Blossom played that ball. Nebraska off balance. Now subbing in Maddie Haynes, typical serving sub. 1 ace on the season, keeping opponents in system only 40% of the time, so she's been doing her job. The 6'4" outside hitter out of Rockland, California. Here, good pass, Nebraska, right side. Sprawling dig by Haynes. Another long set. Gray to the coffin corner.
Difference maker, the out-of-system transition plays by the outsides of Salt Lake. Here's that ball off the block, a high play, deep into the corner. Beautiful shot.
And how about Maddie Haynes, serving, playing left back,
Scoop.
keeping that rally going.
Been sitting there for an hour and a half and then makes it happen.
She might have had that one, except Hoffman cut her off.
Let her play, let her play.
So Haynes will go back out after a successful run there of a couple of serves and a defensive play. Congrats from Tori Dixon, who will turn around and go right back to the bench with her after they get everything right at the scorer's table. Ami Kojima will head in the libero spot to pass along the back row. Salt Lake 3 away from a 2-1 lead here. A little redemption so far from what was a 3-0 victory a week ago by Nebraska. Gray, perfect pass, Gray, kill. That is the law firm. Poulter, Gray, and Gray.
That's the difference when Gray now is passing that ball short, outside hitter Gray. They're setting either the middle or they're running an inside ball with her on the outside. So they've actually really gotten a good rhythm there against that strategy.
And now a block. Casanova alongside Gray. From the fives, it looks like Casanova might have gotten a piece of that one. So a set point for Salt Lake. And I'm going to issue a challenge here as we get ready. A challenge to anyone who's a Salt Lake fan to get a law firm shirt. Poulter, Gray, and Gray. Poulter with the serve, and that will go into the net. I want to see it.
It might.
Okay.
I like that.
Someone out there do it.
I didn't see your red flag, but I do like the challenge.
To go up 2-1. That'll do it. High swing in the middle is good, at least for the moment. We have a referee, Salt Lake. They only had 2 aces, and they had Salt Lake in system just 52% of the time. Did Nebraska. As that ball is stuffed.
And that's a good example of being off the net, not staying in rhythm. So that's a high set to Larson, who's trying to make something happen there, and the block is just set, it's steady, and it's big and over the net.
Gray got that one. Drevniak, there's a little bit different attack.
Well, and I love that, and that's where she does the run around from the left side of the court, and Drevniak just keeps that momentum going, that speed going to get the kill. And that's the difference. That's exactly the difference we're talking about with Nebraska. In system fast, beat the block.
Casanova, who was trying to get hustled to that right side, ended up passing the ball. Save to keep it going. Doesn't matter. Back-to-back kills for Drevniak.
It always starts with the serve. You talked about that, just serving it short across the net. Completely got Casanova out of the offense. Here's that fast set. Gray almost got there, but Drevniak saw it.
Block back the other way. Herrera up big. 7 blocks 2 matches ago. 5 blocks in her last one. She can get on hot streaks.
Well, this is a big one for Nebraska, those middle blockers, when they come alive.
I take it back. That's Carroll who is subbed in now.
You're absolutely right. It sure is.
Carroll with her first block. Been a while since we've seen Carroll out there.
And she is one of the best blockers in the world.
Drevniak with a confidence builder. 3rd kill for her. Ana Carolina da Silva, the 2-time Olympian. Silver and bronze medals for her. Number 15 there in blue and green. 11 years to make an Olympic roster, now in her 17th season. And that only happens in Brazil and maybe America now, where you have that strong pro league and you can grow as a player into an Olympic level.
Right.
Drevniak 4 for 4.
And you talked about earlier, this just the experience. All the Olympians on the Nebraska side, now having another one on the court just gives you confidence, gives you that lift, gives you that energy, like we can do this here. And I love that shot by Drevniak off the hand of Gray.
Larson wants that one back.
Beautiful swing into that angle. She was right there and knew she should have scooped that one up into the middle of the court.
Yeah, perhaps on to the next play here quickly for her. Her side still with the lead, 5-3. Gray, this is where they did damage early. Couple of aces from her in the 3rd. Rodriguez with the scoop. Bausch with the put away. So they're using that 2 libero system once again, and they made that change in the middle. Susie Fritz is moving those chess pieces around the board.
Well, you got to change something, right? That first set was, they played very well, but the next 2, I mean, Salt Lake was in complete control, so she had to make a different change here, and I like what she's done.
So Theta remains. Carroll with the serve. Larson got to dig this time. Drevniak got another kill. Boy, just feed her at the moment.
Beautiful. And that set way off the net. And you watch Dykema turn and set that ball all the way to the outside. Watch her. She's going to back set, but she faces it in, turns as she moves to set that ball perfectly.
Interestingly enough, here at 3, the plot here is a Nebraska revenge tour in the 4th. They are facing elimination here in this best of 5. Kevin Barnett alongside Salima Rockwell having some fun on a Saturday. Bausch can't find it. Jordan Poulter can defensively. Casanova rolls that one for a winner. 7-4.
Very smart shot by Casanova. Again, not just going up trying to bang that ball hard when it's tight. She sees the defense cheating up a little bit, chops it to the deep corner.
We talked about some of the complete plays on the other side by Drevniak in terms of defense. Casanova comes in second and digs on her side, playing that right back spot. And we've seen her make a number of plays in that aspect of the game as the 4th set continues to belong to Kimberly Drevniak, number 8. She is a perfect 6 of 6.
Look how quick that is. I think she might hit the ball down in the seam too, right? She had the room to tag it.
Her only mistake of the set so far is that missed serve there. Her side +3. So Drevniak went 6 for 6 across the front row. Now Dykema's up there. Both setters to the front row. Save from Larson. Bausch, too much heat. Casanova's float serve is proving consistent.
I was just going to say the same thing. She's been working her jump serve. It's very effective when it's on, but this has been good. Nice and flat. Some of them have hit the tape. She's had a couple aces down the line.
Another tough one. Bump set to the outside. Bausch in front of a well-formed block. Salt Lake in transition. Winner.
Again, that's the difference when they're out of system and Salt Lake has that block that's ready and set. Here's the transition play, just chopping to the middle of the court. Very difficult.
That one rolled over the top of Dykema. Drevniak, back row. No contact point once again for Salt Lake. So that timeout pays. 5 points in a row here for Salt Lake. 8-8.
Sometimes you just need to steady things out, reset, right the ship a little bit. Nice job by Tama Miyashiro.
An Olympian herself, Tama, 2012 silver medalist in that London final. Joined the women's national team staff a few years after that. Bausch steps in, steps back, takes a swing and wins.
Crushes that one down the line. Bausch winding up. They definitely need to get her going. Their pins have to start getting hot here. You see her little fist pump, giving herself and the team a little bit of energy there.
Short side set to Hoffman. She works off the block. We talked earlier today, Salima, you and I, about the right side blocking vulnerability of Nebraska. Is it any coincidence that both Hoffman and Gray are having outstanding nights?
Well, they haven't hit into the middle blockers. They're hitting off the hands of the outside blockers right now, and that's how they're scoring. And that's what smart players do. Where's the strength in the block? It's really out of the middle. So I'm going to attack the edge and off the hands.
Claire Hoffman's having a career kind of night. 54% perfect pass, 85% positive pass, 16 kills on 30, hitting .530 in kill percentage. Add in 5 digs. Line shot, wide right.
Dixon was looking for that line.
Our officials are going to review it on their own once again and have done so and confirmed that ball out of bounds.
It's a nice fast slide. They like to get that one to Dixon. Just missed it. She was looking for that hand.
Theta remains. Driving that one deep, nearly had it. Gray steps in and keeps the power high.
Again, that's the little separator. That out of system with Gray. Just a little step close, and she can get a kill on that play.
Yeah, when you talk about the losing streak, Gray hit 200 around that 200 mark for a couple of matches. Missed a match. Missed the first 2 sets of the Atlanta match. Missed another match.
It's a big difference.
Yeah.
She's a huge difference maker.
Haynes, who was a difference maker in the third, back into serve. A little earlier this time. Hoffman feeding Gray. Rodriguez nice and high, giving time for transition. Right back to the outside, pushed over the top, and knocked down, but it is out.
Great hustle on the side of Nebraska, trying to keep that ball alive, but again, it's Salt Lake finishing the plays right now. These last few rallies, they're able to find the space in the middle of the court. Rodriguez flying in there to keep the ball alive.
Here on a Saturday night in set 4, there are French fries on the board. Haynes continues. Salt Lake trying to close out Nebraska in a revenge opportunity. That ball high into the air. Gray, confidence riding. Take it back, technical timeout there to 12-11. So Nebraska still with their timeout in the frame. As Bausch comes out of the back row out of that timeout. Ball put high on top of the tape. Drevniak with the left hand. And that one is thrown for a winner.
Both opposites making huge defensive plays. First it was Casanova, then Drevniak, and I think Casanova wanted to sneak in there and grab that ball as well.
So technical timeout at 12-11. Now 12-12. Nebraska has to win this set. And oh, how big every match looms for Nebraska, who's still trying to catch Austin for that 4th playoff spot in the standings. Only top 4 going now as Drevniak kills another from that right side attack. And in this set alone, Kimberly Drevniak has 7 kills on 8 swings.
Big transition play there. Rodriguez handling the ball off the block to allow that play to happen.
Straight down block. Carroll, welcome to the match.
That's anyone that's watched international volleyball, anyone that's watched Brazil play, Carroll, that is what she does. Gets over the net and absolutely shuts down attackers.
6-time best blocker at FIVB events in the last 4 seasons. Another positive touch. Larson can't quite get up in transition. Rodriguez saves it from her knees. Ball is tight. Larson read it. Free ball coming. Nebraska organizing the offense. Still off the net. Drevniak in rhythm. No. Rally of the match. Pushed for the win. Jordan Larson.
She always finds space between the block. What a rally for both teams. Just keeping the ball alive, and this is the finisher that they've needed at the end of these long rallies. Salt Lake, a better team in transition, but Nebraska finding that one.
Out of the technical timeout, 4-0 run by Nebraska. 3 hitters in the front row. Maybe no coincidence that their best attacker in this set back to the front row. That ball's hit long. So this is looking very much like the start of the match.
Absolutely is. A couple of unforced errors on the side of Salt Lake City right now. So we'll see if they can settle down here and settle in.
Yeah, that was Nebraska's best moment. 8-0 to open that first set and open this match. Another good touch by the block. Carroll up. Bausch up. A lot of heat out of the back row. You heard the grunt. All options on the table once again. Drevniak inside. Block was right there. Larson takes a cut and she is shut down.
She wanted that one to go off the block, I think, and out of bounds, but Poulter did a phenomenal job of taking care of that block, turning that right hand in. Watch her big and strong back into the
Casanova got 1 and 2. Salt Lake's block has arrived and they're almost even.
Stepping up, I think right now it's a time for Drevniak to get back into the offense. She's been hot and they've been in system. They can fling it back there fast for her.
Right back to her. Flat one from Larson. Nebraska a few away, perhaps their strongest rotation here. Larson at the line. Drevniak in the front row with Carroll and Bausch. Looking for a transition swing, they can't find it.
That's a tough one that comes really fast. So Drevniak had to fly off the net to play that off blocker position, but Gray did a very nice job of getting on top of that ball, throwing it, and beating Drevniak off the net.
Salt Lake just hitting 130 in terms of efficiency in this set. Good pass by Rodriguez to Drevniak. A high chin heater right there. Left hand no good. They were ahead in the point till they were behind in the point. Nebraska.
There's that fast swing, keeping that ball alive. I like how they're back in system. Just a little bit of a miscue there, timing to the outside.
Keeps Gray at the line where she's been so good. Aces and overpasses rule. We are tied in the 4th.
Tough serve to Rodriguez, who's been handling the ball well. She's been passing very well.
Ref who just left UCLA, where he's been a successful college run, to be at the helm for League One San Francisco next year. Taking in this year's events here in 2026. Looking to see who wins this one. Right back to the opposite spot. That's where you wanted it to go, Salima Rockwell, and that's a winner.
Thank you. And the repeat, even if she is taking rips So if they're able to control the ball, if they're able at all, she needs to get set right now.
8 kills on 14 swings in this set. For the total, 16 kills on 34 swings. So fully half of her kills are in this set for Kimberly Drevniak. It's not a complicated game, is it?
It really isn't. And sometimes you move it around, you fool the block, but man, when somebody's on, they're on, and you just keep it rolling.
And you take the blocks to go with it to try and extend your lead here as well as this match.
Nice play by the block of Nebraska that keeps showing up.
19-17, home crowd trying to will the women in yellow. Larson with the dig. Drevniak can't find that one. Claire Hoffman can.
Out of system. Keep talking about that. Gray and Hoffman have been very, very good out of system. Not just keeping the ball in play, they've been scoring in those moments.
That career night continues for Hoffman. 17 kills for her. Drevniak has that one dug and returned by Hoffman off the block and out of bounds. 19 apiece.
Nice play again by Hoffman, but they did a very good job slowing down Drevniak just a little bit. Getting hands on the block, converting it in that play of trans.
This is where I love the single timeout. The players are going to decide what happens here. No coach stoppages. Off the net, Bausch, big swing, Gray with the dig. International competition at hand. Salt Lake with perhaps a costly mistake. Thader in front, Drevniak behind. That ball is still good. No, it is not.
How about it? Salt Lake keeping that ball alive, controlling it. This play by Poulter, unreal. Dixon reading the play well, sliding over, just keeping those hands pressed over the net. 2 huge plays by Dixon there for the play.
And I hope you caught Talami Ashiro holding the book high above her head here on Women's Empowerment Night. They handed out a bunch of those books. I don't know if the secrets were inside there. I don't know if Tama pre-wrote how to coach volleyball, how to make moves and win matches. Hopefully she did. Nearly an ace serve. Larson giving it everything she had to keep it alive. Salt Lake. Transition. No.
Oh, that was a missed opportunity by Salt Lake. Tough serve to keep Nebraska completely out of it. Casanova definitely wants to get that one back, looking high and deep into the court.
The Miyashiro method on display. Bad news for Nebraska. Their opposites in the back row. Worse news, she missed the serve. This is where they struggled now.
And it's on right now. They have to steady out now. Figure out who do you count on in these moments right now.
Salt Lake wanted to put a W, put an end to this 5-match skid here at home in Bruin Arena. Backslide, that's a winner. Emily Thader with the score. That'll be Thader's 8th on 12.
And Thader's vision, and it's really difficult because that set is very fast. To see the block, to know to go line or cross in those moments.
Hoffman tried to chip that one out, couldn't find it. Thader in return. Gray out of the back row, goes crossbody, too far.
I like the run. It was a fast, oh, I saw the flag.
Challenge flag arrives on the left-hand side of your screen.
I finally saw it. She's gonna slip on it. Don't slip on it. There it is, waiting for some, who picks it?
One. Larson to the front, Bausch to the back. Hoffman got it again. Who's your player of the match right now?
Oh, has to be Hoffman.
All right, 19 kills on 35 swings for Claire Hoffman. 81% good passes. 5 digs.
Percent?
Yeah, 56% perfect. 81% positive. I mean, do you just add an ace here? How about it? Not this time. But another dig, that's 6. On the scramble, Nebraska. Another dig from Hoffman. Rodriguez scoops one. Bausch puts it away.
Rodriguez gets the lift from Fader. Huge plays by Lexi Rodriguez to keep the ball alive.
23-22.
Need someone that can dig those outsides when it's time, when they're out of system taking big rips, and that's what Rodriguez has provided.
Just to the wide right side. That could have been a big moment for Nebraska. Tori Dixon also sneaky good from the line. Already with an ace. Larson reaches. Gray scoops. Chance for Salt Lake. Another dig from Rodriguez. Keep it in was the call. Trying to extend the rally as Salt Lake. They do just that. Poulter. Step off swing is good from Gray.
Unreal. That's how you want to finish a play. Big time outside attacker getting in there when it's time to get it done. Gray takes a rip.
Match ball opportunity for Salt Lake to close. Larson inside hits Tori Dixon. A national team confrontation for so many years.
Swing by Jordan Larson, who's in the front row. Got the experience, the Olympic experience. And Drevniak. Their pin.
Back to the front. 24 apiece. Gray with pace to the outside will bring us to a second match ball opportunity.
That was another perfect pass that just creates that little bit of space for Gray to find in between the block. A perfect set by Poulter.
Poulter also rotates back. Kojima with the dig. Poulter, the delivery. Hoffman to Gray would be apropos of the evening. Not yet. Bausch, good spot. Drevniak through the block and down. We're tied once again.
That was a big play by Bausch in the right spot defensively, watching the outside hitter and her approach.
So we'll go to Emily Thader back at the line.
This is it for Nebraska. They have got to get this set.
Jordan Larson back at the line. Tough serve. Pull inside from Gray once again. She is fearless tonight.
Just a step close. She did it before, and it's tough on a play like that as a blocker. Normally, maybe you stay down. We'll see if this is just a roll shot because it's coming from so far. But with how Gray is playing right now, got to make a move.
They have welcomed her back to a start. First in several matches. Third ball in the net. They've had 3 chances to close.
Staying alive. Oh.
Claire Hoffman is back to the front row. She has 19 kills. Alexa Gray right there has 17 kills.
Little back for Nebraska. Should probably shade a little bit down the line on Hoffman. See if she's going to try to chop high and flat.
Drevniak still up there. Fader back to the front row. Nebraska with an opportunity. That push is good for a free ball. Nebraska was celebrating. Out of the celebration to their opposite and down. Now joy can reign.
Woo, play till the whistle, ladies. What?
Nebraska has reversed the set opportunity here. With Carroll at the line. For the set. Poulter to Gray to the 5th set.
Wow, what?
Which is hugely important for Nebraska. This would be their 4th straight win. They'd be closing on Austin, We will have Austin in action tomorrow against Madison as the first pass and first side-out opportunity goes to Nebraska. It is Salt Lake in transition. Confident swing there. So we've seen Gray with some confident swings for Salt Lake. Drevniak feeling the same on the other side.
I like this battle with them against one another right now. Drevniak starting in the front row and having the opportunity to score as many points as possible for her team.
So just feed her. Well,
Gray.
both sides are going to go to those hitters. There's that one-on-one matchup. Drevniak got it that time. And the reach of Alexa Gray gets it that time.
Very nice play. Good block to start it by Drevniak. Forces Gray to tip this next one. That is a big block in front of her. Larson unable to get in front of it.
That one trickles over the net. Jordan Poulter never apologize for greatness.
Is that what that is?
No, I don't know. I mean, if you could do that consistently, I've got a
That's
seven-figure contract coming your way.
That is greatness.
Rodriguez this time scoops it. Bausch down the line. That's a winner. 2-2.
Rodriguez has been very steady. Had a couple of balls get away from her, but they've been serving her a lot, and they've been in system almost every time when she's passing the ball right now.
Remember, Nebraska went to that dual libero system about midway through this match. As that ball caroms off the block end defense of Nebraska. Haiti Casanova with another kill. Had such a exciting night from the pins. Casanova, a solid effort now with 10 kills on 22.
Very smart swing high off the hands of Thader into that deep corner.
Left and right pins working for Salt Lake. Gray, good scoring rotation for Salt Lake here. Long to Drevniak, a little bit inside, doesn't matter.
Again, just taking advantage of the block, moving it around. You know, she's in there ready to see where the block is. That left hand of Hoffman just kind of bent a little bit. She saw that space.
Well, she's to the back row. We'll see how Nebraska handles that. Rodriguez handles the dig. Bausch with the offense. Was it touched? No. Nothing called.
Big swing by Bausch. She thought maybe out of the back row there was a touch, but
Nebraska will look for a block touch. Susie Fritz getting the challenge flag out there early. Salt Lake with possession. Rodriguez scoops that to 10 feet. Bausch puts it down the line for a winner.
tough serve, handled well. Not perfect, but high and off the net well enough for Bausch to turn that ball down the line.
So now here in this fifth set, they have gone from the single libero, Annie Cesar, to both liberos, now to Lexi Rodriguez full time.
She's definitely steadied in.
Overpass winner there, cleaned up by Dijkema. The Netherlands doing work for Nebraska.
Dijkema has done a phenomenal job running this offense as well.
Chipped off the block, out of bounds, Casanova.
Slowed it down a little bit. A perfect pass by Kojima, handling the ball well enough. Get that perfect set to Casanova.
5-5, playing to 15. Backslide. Thader blocked at the moment. Rodriguez, high pass, set to the net. Larson, unable to get a clean swing. Finally pokes it for the winner. That one, that whole rally, not on the highlight tape.
No, Larson doing some work with 5 tight sets in a row.
Yeah.
I'm going to recycle, and then I'm going to recycle, and then I'll recycle. And
That's a
then
lot of aluminum cans out there on the left.
That's a lot going on. My goodness. And let's not forget about Drevniak's over there on the D-ball, people. Let's not forget.
says Salima Rockwell to Laura Dykma. Drevniak's on the ground. This time you got to go to Larson. Another tough swing for her. She'll sneak it through the block. How about the opposite now? Bounce shot of the back row instead.
Coach's challenge.
So Bausch came out of the back row that time. Salt Lake City will issue a challenge. Tama Miyashiro with the quick flag action. There you go. Drop it like it's hot. Selena Rockwell.
Is that supposed to be red? It looks pink.
That's red. That's red. We're gonna go to the optometrist tomorrow with you before our next match. And we're going to take Tama Miyashiro with us because that is about 6 inches.
Yeah.
There.
Not even close.
Maybe just slowing it down here. You have a couple of challenges. It's a shorter set.
And the last few balls really have bounced Nebraska's way. It's been a weird, choppy couple of rallies.
Yeah, a little 7-5. And that will continue here. Looking for 8-5. Back row. Bausch again, clean and good. Kojima with the dig. Japan, USA, Canada for the winner on the Salt Lake side.
So good, so clean. Love that dig again from Kojima. Controls it. Look at that control right to Poulter. And that fast back row attack moved just in that seam with Gray.
Larson stretches and returns for the swing. 8-6.
Nice pass. Got Larson there on the outside. Shane Carroll having some conversation about the offense. Keep an eye on Poulter, who I believe is front row.
Casanova hits the back line. That one looked good in real time. In fact, confirmed there.
Casanova coming in out of the back row. I like that run. Got all the blockers bunched in just a little bit, leaving her a ton of room to attack that ball down the line. See some blocking calls there by Serena Gray. Usually on a perfect pass, what the middle blocker is going to do.
Oh, set on the way down that time. A little timing change.
A little downbeat.
Okay.
Yes. Setter going up to set that ball, and that throws everything off. It throws the middle blockers off just a little bit. Hard to time your block. It's a beautiful play by Dykema.
That one, everything jammed to one side, doesn't matter. Alexa Gray gets another kill. So Alexa Gray is going to be at 20.
I like the timing of the set, especially when the ball moves closer to the setter, to the left side of the court. It gets a little bit faster. It's high and fast. Really nice offensive timing.
That matchup again is in effect. Drevniak versus Gray. Kojima with a dig here. Right back to Gray. She'll win again. That's 21 kills now.
Gray lighting up, but Kojima saving these big swings, and again, it's not just the dig, it is up and high, ready, and Poulter's ready to fling that ball to the outside.
Yeah, still keeping some pace.
I love it.
Nice delivery to the middle on the other side. Some excellent setting on display throughout the match, but certainly in the last 2 plays.
I talk pace there. And that's a strong hand, strong wrist to keep that ball high and fast for Carroll.
Emily Thader back to the front. Carroll to serve. Bausch with a good touch. And somebody had to pick up that tip. No one did. Opportunity lost for Nebraska.
Kept alive by Kojima on the other side. This is that play. Left front's got to maybe make a move when there's no libero on the floor in that situation.
The good news is Alexa Gray to the back row if you're a Nebraska fan with her 22 kills. The bad news, Claire Hoffman to the front row with 19 and hitting more efficient by about 50 basis points. Says that one is tattooed by Emily Thader.
Bader just exploding into the ball, but it is Bausch who has really stepped up passing. Perfect pass in there. Gray just hesitates a little bit, expecting that ball maybe to go behind to Drevniak, which I would have as well.
Big double sub moment here. Into the match. Gabby Blossom and Alexis Hart had kind of mixed results with this one. Sorry, Gabby into the match by herself this time.
I like this. Is that Bader blocking on the right?
Yeah, that was a blocking substitution look there. So they'll unwind it. Drevniak back.
It was Herrera that came in, so she was blocking middle and Bader on the right.
Yes, you go double sub with the middles. Yep. Good catch, Salima.
Slow some things down on the outside is a great idea.
11-11 once again. Number 11 with the tip there, picked up by Gray. And put away by Hoffman. Smoothly done. Touch at the net. 20 kills for Hoffman.
The problem right now defending Hoffman is she's been moving the ball around very well off the outside blocker down the line and high and deep. So middle back has to make some big decisions here with her.
Decent pass. Short side. Thader. No. Gray with the dig this time. Hoffman. Inside. Another winner. Each outside has 22 for Salt Lake.
Huge performances by both Hoff to come to her.
Do the streaks end in 2 points? This would be a relief for Salt Lake. Gray with the defense. Hoffman with the offense, and they are now one away.
Huge play by Gray. A tough serve down the line and then picks up the tip behind the block.
Serena Gray's 5th dig.
Smart swing off the hands of Dykema.
Match point number 4. Nebraska way off the net. Ball stuff straight down. This one's over. The streak